Hi everyone, Dr. Sunil Dand, internal medicine physician. This must be Dr. Dan Talks About Really Interesting Headlines week, because I found yet another interesting headline that I would like to talk about in this video. Here goes. EU, that's the European Union, warns repeat boosters could weaken immune system. That is quite a title there that would catch a lot of people's attention. And as I alluded to in my last video, we've seen repeated censorship by media in the United States and especially US big tech. And when I have tried on several occasions in the last year to bring forward data information from other countries, including in Europe, I myself have faced censorship. I consider this withholding information from the American public, and I'm certainly taking note of all of these instances, and I hope you are too, because there will come a time in the not too distant future where these institutions have to answer for what they've done over the last couple of years. Withholding information, especially when it comes to science, is unacceptable. But I'm going off into a tangent there. Let's get back into what this article said in Bloomberg. Interestingly, a few hours after I read that headline in Bloomberg, they changed the headline to "Repeat booster shots spur European warning on immune system risks," and they then published this correction. EU regulators warned that frequent COVID-19 booster shots could adversely affect the immune response and may not be feasible. An earlier story said the shots could affect the immune system. I'm not sure in the foggiest what that correction actually means. Sounds like they're saying the same thing. Headline then changed again to "Frequent boosters spur warning on immune response." However, this wasn't before lots of other publications also picked up the story, as seen here. But I'm going to focus on that initial Bloomberg article. The link is down below as well. Let's dive in. So, EU warns repeat boosters could weaken immune system. European Union regulators warned that frequent COVID-19 booster shots could adversely affect the immune system and may not be feasible. Repeat booster doses every 4 months could eventually weaken the immune system and tire out people, according to the European Medicines Agency. Instead, countries should leave more time between booster programs and tie them to the onset of the cold season in each hemisphere, following the blueprint set out by influenza vaccination strategies. So this isn't some tiny agency or small group of people speaking. This is the European Medicines Agency that is saying this. The advice comes as some countries consider the possibility of offering people second booster shots in a bid to provide further protection against surging Omicron infections. Earlier this month, Israel became the first nation to start administering a second booster or fourth shot to those over 60. The UK has said that boosters are providing good levels of protection and there is no need for a second booster shot at the moment, but will review data as it evolves. I remember that story well. Within the last few weeks, Israel became the first country in the world to start recommending second booster shots to certain groups. So that is 4 doses of the vaccine effectively within a 1-year period. Boosters can be done once or maybe twice, but it's not something that we can think should be repeated constantly, said the EMA head of Biological Health Threats and Vaccines Strategy. We need to think about how we can transition from the current pandemic setting to a more endemic setting. So that seems like a very common sense statement at the end, the reality of an endemic virus and dealing with that. What are my views on this situation and that short article? Well, with regards to boosters, my own line of thinking over the last few months was with regards to vulnerable groups, the people that I have seen hospitalized with COVID-19 at the front lines. I didn't think it was a bad idea at all to offer people boosters in certain groups, whether they're elderly or have comorbidities, because I know who is more likely to be severely affected with COVID-19. And I advised even people in my own family, if they had taken the initial COVID vaccines, were completely okay several months ago or a year ago, then it wasn't a bad idea to take a booster dose before the onset of what we know is a difficult winter. The debate, however, with lower risk groups, with healthy younger people, is completely different. And to put it mildly, I have been less than overwhelmed with the evidence and data supporting boosting younger, healthier populations. With regards to what the article talked about, the possibility of weakening the immune system with constant boosters, there is a phenomenon, and I'm going to be totally honest and open here. I'm still researching more about this myself. It is known as T-cell exhaustion. And I have heard authorities in Europe, especially the United Kingdom, talking about this and discussing it. I haven't heard many American authorities in medicine or science discussing this phenomenon. So I am researching this more and plan on talking about it more in the future, T-cell exhaustion. So it does look like the tide is turning here with the thinking behind regular boosters every few months. If the European Medicines Agency is saying this, then I'm sure other authorities around the world are going to pick up on it and probably say something similar very soon. Thanks everyone for listening. Dr. Sunil Dan, MedStoic Lifestyle Medicine. You can follow me as well on locals.com. It is an uncensored platform. We'll speak again next time.